Well, if you remember this video, the driver of that car now facing even more charges after flying through the air and crashing into a Tigard home. Plus.
And former Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups is expected back in federal court today, all over alleged illegal poker games. We'll have the latest on his court case coming up next.
And if you're feeling Gouda this morning, you'll want to stick around until 6:30 for this cheesy story. We have details on which Oregon cheeses took home top marks at the 2026 World Championship Cheese Contest coming up as your news at sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Wednesday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. Glad to have you with us this morning. Rod Hill, Chris McGinnis standing by with a look at a soggy start to the morning.
Yeah.
Rod.
Cheese, by the way, one of my favorite snacks. I'm looking forward to that story. Yeah. All right, here's a look at our Doppler radar. We've had a front push the heavier rain band through the valley, now up into the Cascades, but there's more rain to come, and it is raining, at least in proximity, somewhat to all areas. A little bit drier over into Deschutes County and Bend this morning. Here's a close-up look at Portland. You can see the yellow. That's the heavier rain now moving east up into the mountains. Mostly some light rain areas over the next hour. Of course, everything is wet from the rain we've already had, the Pioneer Park building. Looking at the bricks, 50 degrees is the temperature outside. Temperatures won't do much today. I think it's going to be a fairly rainy morning overall, and then more of a scattered shower pattern this afternoon. We'll be about 48 or 50 out the door, about the same at noon. And is it possible I'm just too lazy to change the temperature? 52 when the kids get out of school, Chris.
Mother Nature's just a little tired. She's giving her a break today on raising the temperature. All right, I-5 through North Portland is a soaker. There you go. That's up near the Expo Center. And if the raindrops on the lens don't do it for you, you can see the vapor trails coming off the cars. So that said, we're still in pretty good shape. 9 minutes gets you in from Main Street south of the Fremont Bridge. Again, there's plenty of water, standing water, puddling, all that kind of stuff out there this morning. So as the drive gets bigger, or busier, I should say, we expect to see the drive time swell a bit earlier. This is outlook out near Providence Medical Center. The drive on the Banfield still looks pretty good. Let's try that again. 16 minutes gets you in from Troutdale to the I-5 split. Guys?
Chris, thank you. New this morning, a new report from the city of Portland is raising concerns about how short-term rental rules are enforced.
So the Ombudsman, which is a city office that investigates complaints about government action, says Portland's fines are way higher than other cities. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us in the newsroom with what they found. Good morning, Corey.
Yeah, good morning. The Ombudsman's investigation found Portland's short-term rental enforcement is significantly more punitive than other cities. In fact, the maximum fine for a first-time violation is about 28 times higher than anywhere else surveyed. In one case, a property owner was fined more than $100,000 for multiple violations, even though it was their first citation. The report says the city typically does not issue warnings before fines and heavily relies on public complaints instead of proactive enforcement. Now, investigators also say parts of the system may be confusing and even encourage people to select the wrong permit. The findings show the largest fines have disproportionately impacted people from historically marginalized communities. The Ombudsman now recommends issuing warnings first, lowering the fine cap for first-time violations, and simplifying the rules. City officials say they've begun increasing proactive enforcement this year, but the office says broader changes are still needed to make the system more effective and fair. Back to you.
Corey Johnson live in the newsroom. Corey, thank you. A driver caught on camera crashing into a Tigard home in the middle of the night is now facing more charges. Investigators say in addition to reckless driving and reckless endangerment charges, Jacob Hankins will also face charges for being a felon in possession of a firearm and criminal mischief. Officers reportedly found a handgun and rifle stolen from Columbia County among the debris in the crash. Thankfully, the family of 5 inside the home was not injured.
A Portland high school student is in custody after he was accused of making threats towards students and staff at David Douglas High School. The investigation started in December after someone threatened the school over the phone. Over the last 2 months, Portland police say at least a dozen more threats were made. The investigation led to a 15-year-old student who was arrested by officers on Tuesday. He's in the juvenile detention center on charges including disorderly conduct and harassment.
The release date for Sean Diddy Combs has been moved up. Combs is currently serving a 50-month sentence for charges related to prostitution. His initial release date was set for May of 2028, but now he'll be getting out a bit earlier on April 25th. Combs is currently at a low-security prison in New Jersey. His representatives say he has not violated any prison rules and remains sober and self-disciplined.
Former Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups is expected to be in court today after being arrested on charges connected to rigged poker games.
New court documents show the federal government plans to extend plea agreements to a dozen people involved. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us live now. Thomas, what do we know?
Yeah, guys, prosecutors are submitting a ton of evidence in this case, including body camera footage and more than 100,000 pages of financial documents. Now today, Chauncey Billups is expected to be among those in court for a status hearing. And this is a huge undertaking. There's 31 defendants involved in this case, and according to court documents, prosecutors plan to extend plea agreements to 12 of them. It's unclear if Billups will be offered a deal, though back in October, the FBI alleged Billups took part in rigged poker games run by New York mafia families. In a press conference, law enforcement said players in those poker games used X-ray equipment and card shuffling machines to cheat. In another incident, prosecutors allege a person matching Billups' description told a sports bettor about a plan for the Blazers to tank and intentionally lose games in 2023 for a better draft pick. That information helped gamblers rake in a profit. In November, Billups pleaded not guilty to charges of money laundering and wire theft. He's been on unpaid administrative leave for months now since being arrested back in October. Matthew, China.
Our Thomas Schultz reporting live this morning. Thomas, thank you. Meanwhile, the Blazers are gearing up to take on the Grizzlies tonight in Memphis. This has been a tough road trip for Portland so far. They've been blown out in the last two games by the Hornets and then the Hawks on Sunday. Denny Avdia has missed the last 4 games because of a bad back, and Shaedon Sharpe now may be out for the rest of the season due to an injury. But guard Matisse Thybulle says that despite all the injuries, what the team's been able to do has been impressive.
For it all, guys have figured out how to win and how to play together, and we've never splintered. If anything, it's brought us closer together, and I just think that's a testament to the character of all these guys and their willingness to just pour into each other and make that be the reason why we win.
Tip-off in Memphis tonight is set for 5 p.m. The Blazers are currently in 10th place in the Western Conference.
Your time now is 6:07. Headed over to Rod Hill, where he has a very green screen behind him right now.
We don't think it's an awful day, but certainly a rainy morning more than not. Scattered showers this afternoon. This is cooler air coming in, so that feeds instability. We could have some spotty downpours even this afternoon, maybe even some hail or a rumble of thunder at some point. Notice it's widespread. Newport rain right now, Baker City rain right now. Heaviest moisture for the time being is moving up into the Cascades, where the snow level is above government camp right now, but will be lowering to 4,000, 3,500 feet during the day. So check past conditions before you head up there on this Wednesday. You can see currently with the heaviest rain now moving off to the east, it's mostly kind of light rain areas just moving into Portland. We've got our Pioneer Park building zoomed in. I need to Google if this gentleman has a name. It's the umbrella guy down there. For our purposes, until I know for sure, we'll call him Ralph. Good morning, Ralph. There you go. Temperature outside this morning is right about 50 degrees, and to the bus stop we go. 48 to 50 out the door. Wettest part of your day is this morning. Noontime, still fairly wet, about 50 degrees, more of a scattered shower pattern when the kids get out of school, but there could be spotty downpours. Temperature 52 here.